The Congo rainforest is the world's second largest tropical rainforest, with over 600 tree species. This vast area is the heart of Africa's biodiversity and the home of many different ecosystems.
Congo is made of 57% rainforest cover.
It is located in Western Africa, bordering the South Atlantic Ocean, between Angola and Gabon. Close forests both in the south and the north. Deforestation occurs so as to meet the needs of the people. For instance, trees or the charcoal derived can be used as fuel. Cutting down trees in order to clear land so that they can be used as pasture for their livestock. Lastly, people cut down trees to make way for settlement, thus resulting in devastated forests.
The Congo basin large forests absorb and store carbon dioxide, which help to slow the rate of global climate change. This isolation may make the Central African rainforest less able to withstand climate change. Logging in the Congo basin has increased significantly. The timber industry is a major employer in the Congo countries, and thousands of workers rely on logging companies for basic healthcare and other services. Illegal logging is a significant problem as underpaid bureaucrats look to supplement their incomes by opening restricted areas to cutting.
Most of the deforestation in the Congo is caused by local subsistence activities by poor farmers and villagers who rely on forest lands for agriculture and fuel wood collection. Slash and burn is commonly used for clearing forests. Typically, poor farmers and colonists gain access to forest lands by following logging roads. The average size of the Congo rainforest that is cut down every week is the size of 25,000 of football fields. Loss of the trees gives more impact to global warming since the forest absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. The primary threat to biodiversity in the Congo basin is the commercial bushmeat trade, which is often linked to the arrival of logging roads and workers in remote areas. Bushmeat consumption will likely double in the next 25 years, placing most large-bodied mammals, including great apes, at risk of local or global extinction. Demand for ivory is driving the poaching of elephants, and hippos are being killed for their canine teeth as well as for meat. Tropical birds and fish are taken for the exotic pet. Controlled logging. This measure cuts down illegal logging to a certain extent and reduces deforestation rates. It slows deforestation rates unlike clear cutting, which speeds up rate. With deforestation rates being decreased, global warming would in turn be also under control.
Selective cutting also allows cutting of trees that meet certain standards, like only trees with a certain minimum circumference that can be cut and only a certain number of trees per hectare are allowed to be felled.
Enable forests to regenerate and has cut down wastage. Young and medium-sized trees of marketable species must be spared from natural growth into commercial sizes. This measure has stopped loss of immature trees to a certain extent. Soil erosion is minimized because log areas are not totally devoid of trees.
However, there are certain limitations to this measure, such as illegal logging persists due to weak law enforcement, corruption among officers, inefficient supervision due to inaccessibility posed by vastness of the forest.
Young neighboring trees get destroyed during the felling process. Biodiversity is adversely affected if similar species are constantly selected and cut. Efficient supervision may be hampered by inaccessibility due to large forest size and shortage of trained wardens.
A group of scientists are inspecting trees growing in the Mondac forest. Mondac is part of the Congo Basin rainforest, second largest ecosystem in the world. The researchers are working together with the country's Central Scientific Research and Technology. They are out to prove these forests contain an enormous amount of carbon, and if cut down, it will release greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide into the air, accelerating global warming. After a 40-year study, the researchers recently released findings about the African forest, indicating that the African tropical forests like Mondac absorb about 1.2 billion tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere annually, equivalent to about 5% of global fossil fuels.
Africa has about 15% of the world's remaining forests, but logging and human settlements are fast reducing forest cover that is contributing to the 20% of the world's greenhouse gases emission that is from deforestation. Because of its rich biodiversity, sometimes the researchers can identify the trees in Monda on the spot. So they collect leaf samples and fruits, which are then taken back to the lab for analysis.
When back in Libreville, the scientists prepared the samples by drying and freezing them. The scientists later found the samples. Each compartment contained thousands of species, which are said to be only a fraction of Gabon's true biodiversity.
Projects like these can help keep tree standings and slow greenhouse gas emission in developing countries. The equally important rich nations need to cut down on greenhouse gas emission within their own borders. Government will help to reflect this. In the next climate deal, they have to reverse the negative effects of the climate change around the world. How local government and people can help. Government can organize talks and programs on the effects of commercial logging to convince or persuade the people to reduce commercial logging.
Government can also come up with alternatives for commercial logging. They can also encourage people to reuse, reduce, and recycle materials related to trees such as papers.
The message to people and government: cut down on the rate of logging, prevent extensive logging, and also show more care and concern for Mother Nature.